Just to practice simplifying radicals before we move on to adding, subtracting, and multiplying radicals, here are, I'm just going to do the evens real quick that we didn't get to on Friday. So remember, the top is your power, the bottom is your root. So this is the cubed root of 56, r to the 8th, s to the 4th. So 56, you need to break it down into your prime numbers. So 7 times 8 is 56. 7 is prime, 8 is not. 2 and 4, 2 is a prime number, 4 is not. 2 and 2. So 2, 2, 2, and 7 make up 56. So the cube root of 2 times 2 times 2 times 7, that's 56. And then 8 r's and 4 s's. And this is the cube root, so we're grouping in threes. So every 3, 1 comes out, because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And the cube root of 8 is 2. So 1, 2 goes out, the others go away. And then we're grouping in threes still. So if out of 8, if you're good with long division, you're dividing that by 3. It goes in 2 times. So that's 6. You subtract, that gives you 2 as a remainder. So 2 is on the outside and 2 is in the inside. So 2 groups of 3 r's. That's r squared with 2 left on the inside. So remember your cubed. Oops, I'm going to have room for that s too. So cube root, there's still an s in, and the remainder is how many are left inside. There's 2 r's remaining. 2 r's remaining. And then s, if you do 4 divided by 3, that's 1. So 1s comes out, and 1s is left inside. There should be no variables with exponents higher than the index, because then you'd be able to pull out another one. Make sure you remember your 3. All right, let's do another one. I don't know why I'm so far zoomed out. We can zoom in. So negative 81. Remember, with negatives, the cube root of negative 1, you can write that as many times as you want. Negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. That's still negative 1. Group in 3, 1 comes out. So that'd be negative 1 cube root. So just if there's a negative, just go ahead and pull it out. 81 p squared q to the 12th. 81, break it down. Prime numbers, 9 and 9 aren't prime, but you can break them down to 3 and 3s real fast. Or you could do 3 and 27, and then 3 and 9, and then 3 and 3. Either way, you're going to get all 3s. So that's negative 1 cube root. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 gives me 81. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. 2 p's. I'm not going to write out 12 q's. That's just too many. But I'm dividing 12 by 3. So we have negative 1 on the outside. We're bringing out one group of 3s times 3. P's, there's not enough to group, so they'll all stand there. And if you have 12 q's and you're dividing by 3, that gives you 4 groups of 12. 4 groups of 3 out of 12 q's. Because 12 divided by 3 is 4. There's no remainder, so no q's are underneath. Cube root 3p squared. Negative 1 times negative 3 is just negative 3. Let's simplify that. Negative 3. Okay. 12 is divisible by 3. That's why there's no q's left underneath. All right, 2 more. This is the 4th root now. So the 4th root of 48 m to the 8th n cubed. So we're going to break down 48. 4 and 12, 2 and 2. I think the bigger numbers, the quicker you make these numbers smaller, that you know them. You could do 2 and 24. It will still give you the same thing. So I have 4 2's and 1 3. M to the 8th n cubed. So we're grouping in 4's now. Every 4, 1 comes out. So a 2 is on the outside, the 3 stays on the inside, and you're dividing exponents by your index. So that'd be m. If you have 8 m's and you're dividing them into 4, that goes in nicely 2 times. 4th root, anything left over stays underneath. M to the 8th all came out. And then n cubed, there's not 4 n's to group, so they stay under. Oops. Just with exponents, this is 8 divided by 4. Well, 8 divided by 4 is 2. So then you can just square this. That doesn't really have to do with radicals. Okay. Just a quick refresh from that was just to review multiplying y squared plus 8y plus 8y plus 64. Again, so that's y squared plus 16y plus 64.